Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive with us. This time, we're heading somewhere pretty special. It's a place most people only dream about visiting, but we're going to give you all the info you need to plan your own trip. That's right, we're talking about the Maldives. Think about those overwater bungalows, the crystal clear water. Picture perfect beaches and vibrant coral reefs. It really is like something out of a dream.
It really is. And it might seem like one of those once-in-a-lifetime kind of trips just for honeymoons and special occasions. But the islands actually offer so much diversity. We'll be looking at all sorts, from those high-end resorts to guest houses and local spots that won't break the bank.
I love that. So we're not just talking luxury here. This is about experiencing the Maldives, whatever your budget is, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I'm already sold.
Yeah.
So before we jump into planning our trip, can we get a little background? What makes the Maldives so unique geographically and culturally?
Okay, so geographically, you've got to picture a chain of these ring-shaped coral reefs called atolls, 26 of them to be exact, and they're scattered across the Indian Ocean. And these atolls, they enclose lagoons, and there's over 11,192 islands in the Maldives. But here's the thing, only about 200 of them are actually inhabited.
Wow, so much space.
Right, and here's another interesting fact. The Maldives is actually the flattest country in the world.
No way. How flat are we talking?
I'm talking an average height of just 1.5 meters above sea level. That's like less than 5 feet.
That's crazy. So you could pretty much walk across the whole country.
Pretty much, and you wouldn't even need hiking boots. But really, this landscape is so unique because of those coral reefs. They make the Maldives a biodiversity hotspot.
So picture perfect beaches, unique geography, and a haven for marine life. This just keeps getting better and better. What about the culture, though?
Well, culture is as captivating as the landscape. There's a really unique blend of influences, everything from ancient Buddhist traditions to the dominant Islamic culture.
So a real mix.
Definitely you can see it in the music, the dance, the food.
All right, I'm officially hooked. Let's start mapping out our 10-day trip. So let's imagine we've just landed at Malé International Airport. What's our first move?
Okay, so picture this. You're descending and you see these scattered islands, ringed with white sand, that turquoise water, and the deep blue of the ocean. It's seriously breathtaking.
I can only imagine.
From there, the real journey begins with the transfer to your island. Now, if you're looking for that classic luxurious Maldive experience, a seaplane is the way to go.
The seaplane. Okay, so what about those of us who aren't traveling by private jet?
Don't worry, there are much more affordable options. Public ferries connect a lot of the islands, and they're a great way to experience the local way of life.
Okay, so ferries or speedboats for those who are short on time.
Exactly. And don't rule out a traditional dhoni. That's a wooden sailing boat that's been used in the Maldives for centuries. It's a really cool experience.
That sounds amazing. Okay, let's say we've arrived at our island paradise.
Yeah.
It's time to talk accommodation. I know the Maldives is famous for those overwater bungalows, but what about the rest of us?
There's this misconception that the Maldives is only for the super rich, but that's just not true. You can find amazing deals on beachfront villas, guest houses, even hostels on the local islands. It's all about doing your research and finding a place that suits your budget and what you're looking for in a trip.
Okay, so for the first few nights, let's say we want to splurge a bit. We want those iconic overwater bungalows, but without breaking the bank. What would you suggest?
In that case, I'd recommend looking at Adaaran Prestige Water Villas or the Santara Grand Island Resort and Spa Maldives. They're both stunning. They offer beautiful bungalows, pristine beaches, and excellent service, but they're more affordable than some of those ultra high-end resorts.
Perfect. So we're starting our trip in style. Now, what about those first few days in paradise? What should we do to really soak it all in?
Well, it wouldn't be a trip to the Maldives without spending some time in that turquoise water. Snorkeling or diving is an absolute must. The reefs are teeming with marine life. You've got colorful fish manta rays, whale sharks, even dolphins.
I can picture it now. But let's be real, some of us might not be ready to jump straight into the deep end. What about those of us who prefer to stay a little closer to the shore?
For sure. You can always do a glass-bottom boat tour, or try stand-up paddleboarding. It's a fun way to explore the shallow lagoons and get a glimpse of the underwater world. Plus, you can't forget about those simple pleasures. Swimming, sunbathing, walking along those white sand beaches.
It all sounds so relaxing. What about those sunset cruises I've heard so much about?
Oh, you definitely don't want to miss a sunset cruise. Imagine sailing across the water as the sun sets. The sky turns all shades of orange and pink and purple. And if you're lucky, you might even spot dolphins.
That sounds magical. Well, this is all incredible. But we've only just scratched the surface of our 10-day adventure. I'm so excited to hear what else you have in store for us.
Oh, don't worry, we've got plenty more to uncover. We'll explore the local islands, immerse ourselves in Maldivian culture, try the delicious food, and discover some truly special experiences that make the Maldives so unique.
Okay, you've really piqued my interest. I can't wait to hear more about those cultural experiences and those hidden gems. But I think we'll have to save that for our next installment.
Yes, definitely more to come.
Well, until then, keep dreaming of those turquoise waters and those picture-perfect beaches, and get ready to dive even deeper into the heart of the Maldives.
Welcome back to our Maldivian adventure. So last time we left off with our toes in the sand. But the Maldives is so much more than just beaches. So get ready to dive deeper into the heart of this island nation.
You got it. I'm all ears. You mentioned some cultural experiences and hidden gems last time. Let's uncover those.
Absolutely. Let's say it's day 3 of our trip. We've had some luxury, we snorkeled with the fish, maybe even seen a manta ray or two. Now it's time to explore beyond the resort.
You're ready for an adventure. Where are we headed?
Let's hop on a local ferry and head to Malé, the capital city. It's a real hub where you'll experience a completely different side of the Maldives.
Malay. I heard it's quite a bustling city, a big contrast to those peaceful islands we've been talking about. What can we expect?
Well, imagine a mix of traditional markets, historic mosques, and modern architecture, all packed onto a tiny island. You'll find narrow streets buzzing with scooters and cars, locals going about their day, a real sense of energy.
It sounds fascinating. What are some must-see spots?
You definitely can't miss the Grand Friday Mosque. It's a stunning building with a gleaming gold dome that you can see from all over the city. It can hold up to 5,000 worshippers. A beautiful example of Islamic architecture.
5,000 worshippers. That's incredible. Okay, so we've got the mosque. What else is there to see in Mali?
Well, for a bit of history, I'd recommend the National Museum. It's housed in the former Sultan's palace, and it's full of artifacts that tell the story of the Maldives, from its ancient Buddhist roots to its colonial past and its journey to becoming an independent nation.
So religion history. And what about that market you mentioned? I'm picturing colorful stalls with spices and local crafts.
You're right on the money. The Malay local market is a real sensory overload. You'll find everything there. Fresh produce, seafood handicrafts, fabrics, spices, you name it. It's a great place to pick up some souvenirs and experience the pulse of Malay.
I can practically smell those spices. Okay, so we've explored the city. Time to escape back to those idyllic islands, right?
Exactly. For days 4 and 5, let's head to a local island.
A local island. What's the difference between a local island and a resort island?
Good question. Resort islands are exclusively for tourists. They offer that all-inclusive luxury experience. Local islands are where Maldivians actually live. You'll get a glimpse into the authentic culture, traditions, and everyday life there.
That sounds incredible. Any recommendations for a really immersive experience?
Absolutely. Maafushi Island is a popular choice. Beautiful beaches, budget-friendly guest houses, and tons of activities. Diving, snorkeling, dolphin, watching fishing trips.
Maafushi. Okay, I've got that. So we're on this local island surrounded by Maldivian culture. What are some things we shouldn't miss?
Well, first off, just embrace the slower pace of life. Stroll along the beaches, chat with the locals, really soak up the island vibe. You might even stumble upon a traditional Buduburu performance.
Buduburu, what's that?
It's a mix of drumming, singing, and dancing, often performed under the stars. It's mesmerizing, and it really reflects the Maldivian heritage. And speaking of heritage, you have to try the local cuisine.
Okay, now you're talking my language. I'm all about that culinary deep dive. What are some must-try dishes?
Oh, so many. But let's start with the breakfast of champions, Maafushi.
Maafushi, you mentioned that before.
It's this amazing blend of shredded smoked tuna, freshly grated coconut onions, chili, and lime juice, all mixed together and served with warm roshi flatbread. It's savory, smoky, incredibly satisfying.
That's definitely going on my list.
Yeah.
What else should we try?
If you want a taste of the Maldivian seafaring heritage, you have to try garudhia. It's a fish soup made with fresh tuna onions, chilies, and curry leaves, simmered to perfection in a fragrant broth.
Fish soup it is. All right, so we've explored Malay, we've immersed ourselves in local life, we've tried the amazing food. What's next on our adventure?
For days 6 and 7, let's head back to those luxury resorts. But this time, we're going to uncover some hidden gems and experiences that make the Maldives truly unforgettable.
Hidden gems. I like the sound of that.
Okay, picture this. You're dining 6 meters below the surface of the ocean. Panoramic views of the coral reefs and marine life all around you. You're sipping champagne and colorful fish are swimming past. Welcome to the world of underwater dining.
Underwater dining, is that even a real thing?
It absolutely is. The Maldives has some of the most incredible underwater restaurants in the world. The Itha Undersea restaurant at the Conrad Maldives Rannalhi Island is a must visit. It's like stepping into another world.
Wow, underwater dining, that's going straight on my bucket list.
Yeah.
What other unique experiences are there?
Well, if you're feeling really adventurous, how about spending the night in an underwater villa?
You're kidding?
Nope, completely serious. The Maraca at the Conrad Maldives Rannalhi Island is a 2-level residence with the bottom level submerged under the water. You can literally sleep with the fishes.
Okay, that is next level. Underwater, dining, and sleeping with the fishes. What else is out there that most people don't know about?
How about a visit to a bioluminescent beach?
A what?
Yeah, some beaches in the Maldives have this incredible phenomenon where the water glows in the dark. It's caused by tiny plankton that emit light when they're disturbed. Imagine walking along the beach at night and the sand sparkles with every step. It's truly magical.
You're blowing my mind. Bioluminescent beaches, underwater villas. The Maldives just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
But I feel like you saved the best for last. What's the grand finale of our 10-day trip?
For our last couple of days, let's embrace the serenity of the Maldives. We'll head to a secluded resort on a private island and just indulge in relaxation and rejuvenation.
Now, that's a perfect way to end an epic trip. But before we get carried away, let's talk about the practicalities. What are some essential things to know before traveling to the Maldives?
Good point. First off, visas are super easy. You get a free 30-day visa on arrival, so no need to worry about paperwork beforehand. Second, pack light clothes, sunscreen, insect repellent, the essentials for any tropical getaway. And finally, remember to be mindful of the local customs and traditions. The Maldives is a Muslim country, so modest dress is appreciated, especially when visiting mosques or local villages.
Great tips. Now, before we wrap up this part of our Maldivian journey, I have one final question. You've shared so many amazing experiences and hidden gems, but if you had to choose one thing that every visitor to the Maldives absolutely must do, what would it be?
That's a tough one. But if I had to choose, I'd say embrace the art of doing absolutely nothing.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, disconnect from the world, turn off your phone, and just be present. Listen to the waves, feel the sand, breathe in that fresh air. It's a chance to recharge, reconnect with yourself, and create memories that will last a lifetime.
I love that. I'm feeling more relaxed already just thinking about it. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. Bustling city life, secluded beaches, underwater adventures, cultural immersions, and of course the art of doing nothing. I'm feeling inspired and ready to book my flight.
Me too. And remember, this is just a taste of what the Maldives has to offer. There are so many islands to explore, experiences to uncover, and memories to be made.
This has been an incredible journey so far. I can't wait to continue our Maldivian adventure and discover even more hidden gems in the next part of our deep dive. Until then, keep dreaming of those turquoise waters, those pristine beaches, and the magic of the Maldives. All right, welcome back, everyone. We've explored bustling markets in Malé, we've dined into the ocean, and even considered sleeping with the fishes. But our 10-day adventure isn't over yet.
Right, not even close. We still got a few more hidden gems to uncover, plus some practical tips to make sure you're totally prepared for your own trip.
Okay, I'm all ears. What else does the Maldives have in store for us?
Well, for days 8 and 9, let's go off the beaten track a bit. We'll discover how diverse the Maldivian islands really are. Each one has its own character and charm just waiting to be explored.
Sounds good to me. Where should we head first?
How about the Ba Atoll? It's a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, and it's home to Hanifaru Bay, one of the world's largest feeding grounds for manta rays.
Manta rays.
Yeah. Imagine snorkeling alongside hundreds of these graceful giants. They come to feast on plankton. It's a sight you won't forget.
Wow, swimming with hundreds of manta rays. That's definitely going on the bucket list. So manta rays, what else is there to see in the Ba Atoll?
If you're into diving, you have to check out the Dolphin. It's a submerged reef that's known for its incredible biodiversity. You'll see everything from colorful coral and schools of fish to reef sharks, turtles, and maybe even an eagle ray or two.
An underwater paradise. Okay, so we've got manta rays, coral reefs, and tons of marine life. What other islands should we explore?
For some luxury and seclusion, I'd recommend Lendeder Giravaru. It's home to the Four Seasons Landa Giravaru Resort. It offers some amazing experiences. Private beaches, overwater bungalows, amazing dining, a world-class spa.
Okay, that sounds like the perfect place to relax and enjoy those last few days in paradise. But before we go back to reality, there's something I've been thinking about. The Maldives is beautiful, but it's also incredibly vulnerable to climate change. how is this paradise coping with rising sea levels and those other environmental challenges?
That's a really important question, and it's something the Maldivian people are very aware of. They're leading the way in the fight against climate change. They're coming up with new solutions to protect their fragile ecosystem.
That's good to hear. What kind of steps are they taking?
Well, they're investing a lot in renewable energy sources like solar power. Their goal is to become carbon neutral in the next few years. They're also working on coral reef restoration projects,
Oh, yeah.
using new techniques to regenerate damaged coral. And they're promoting sustainable tourism, encouraging resorts and visitors to minimize their environmental impact.
That's inspiring. It's a good reminder that even in paradise, we have to be mindful of our impact. We need to support those efforts to preserve these special places.
Exactly. And as travelers, we can all do our part. We can choose eco-friendly accommodations, respect the marine life, cut down on plastic, and support local conservation efforts.
Well said. Now, before we wrap up our Maldivian adventure, I have one last question for you. If you could give one piece of advice to someone planning their first trip to the Maldives, what would it be?
That's a tough one. I guess I'd say don't overthink it. The Maldives really does have something for everyone. Whether you want luxury and indulgence or adventure and cultural immersion, you'll find it there. So do your research, pack your bags, and get ready to experience the magic of this island paradise.
That's great advice. Well, I think it's safe to say our deep dive into the Maldives has been incredible. We've explored hidden gems, discovered cultural treasures, and really gained a deeper appreciation for the beauty and fragility of this island nation.
And remember, we've only just scratched the surface. The Maldives has so much to offer, endless possibilities for adventure, relaxation, and discovery.
So to everyone listening out there, it's time to stop dreaming and start planning. The Maldives is waiting for you.
With turquoise waters, pristine beaches, and those unforgettable experiences.
Embrace the magic, immerse yourself in the culture, and create memories that will last a lifetime.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep diving deep into the wonders of our world.